Hello, and thank you for watching this February 8th weather update brought to you by Agrible, the makers of Morning Farm Report. My name is Eric Snodgrass, and I am a senior atmospheric scientist and co-founder of Agrible. I know this system isn't really impacting agriculture too much, but every once in a while you have to sit back and admire the beauty of a powerful East Coast cyclone. This satellite animation shows the monstrous low-pressure system that formed off the Carolina coast on Sunday night. Winds were sustained over 50 knots as the pressure bottomed out in the low 980 millibar range. Such dramatic changes in pressure always lead to incredible winds. Now, this video was shot last week in Reno, Nevada, as the National Weather Service personnel attempted to launch a weather balloon into 60-mile-an-hour winds. I know, having done this several times, that it is a personal victory to get the sensor pack off the ground in winds like this. And speaking of winds, check out this video shot off the west coast of the Isle of Mull in Scotland. The winds were so strong last week that the waterfalls were being blown back up the sides of these cliffs. These winds were a part of a storm system named Henry that hit the British Isles, causing a lot of problems early last week. Well, back in the United States, the wind is once again causing a lot of problems for the northern Great Plains. Minnesota, Iowa, and the Dakotas were dealing with the winds gusting over 40 miles an hour as snow fell on Sunday night. These conditions prompted blizzard warnings for parts of Minnesota and Iowa that are carrying through into Monday. Even though snowfall totals are light, the wind made for a tough drive home from Super Bowl parties on Sunday night, and the Monday morning commutes will be tough given the near whiteout conditions in some locations. Here's a look at those winds on Monday morning. We can see the large low-pressure system I featured at the beginning of the video has moved off to the northeast and away from the United States. Meanwhile, the strong northwesterly winds in the central United States have ushered in quite a big change over the warmth from the weekend in the southern parts of the plains and Midwest. These winds will introduce cold air that originated near the North Pole and will be the first of 2 shots of Arctic air this week. Here's a look at Tuesday morning's low temperatures. Single-digit lows will invade a large swath of the northern plains and parts of the Midwest, so prepare for some seriously cold temperatures arriving for the first part of this week. With this Arctic air also comes the potential for some light snow. This animation shows the accumulation of snowfall for the first 3.5 days of the week. While amounts stay light for most regions, except those kind of downwind of the Great Lakes, the winds and bitterly cold temperatures will make for a few tough days to start off this week. Following this first cold air outbreak is yet another blast of frigid air for the weekend. This map shows the temperature anomalies, or differences from normal, for late Saturday night. This pattern represents much of what next weekend has to hold for our weather. At this time, though, no major snow events are in the forecast through the next 7 days for the Corn Belt. It's not all bad news, though, with the temperatures. This map shows the 8 to 14-day forecast for temperatures. Once these 2 Arctic blasts pass through the eastern 2/3 of the country, warmer conditions are spreading east once again, preventing Arctic air from setting up long-term residence in the United States, much like it's done all winter long. Well, as we wrap up this video, let's check in on the harvest progress in Brazil. Things are a bit slower than normal, but there's nothing to be too alarmed about. We reported all season long about the early dryness in the northern growing regions that transitioned into really wet conditions near harvest. While this did impact bean yields in Mato Grosso, overall, Brazil is expecting to have a record year in terms of production. This news is the result of great weather for most of the southern growing regions, as well as another 3+% increase in acres planted for the country. This map shows the next 7 days of precipitation anomalies. The dryness is a good thing as early harvest gets going, and some regions are planting the safrinha crops. Well, as always, we at Agrible will bring you the latest and best weather forecast information through our morning farm report so that you can efficiently plan your operations. We thank you for your attention and hope you look forward to our next weather video update. Thank you.